Sometimes transformation doesn't begin with noise, not with applause, not with a dramatic turning point, but with a quiet thought, a small whisper inside you that says, I deserve better than this. Many people walk through life without realizing how deeply self-respect shapes their decisions, their relationships, and their future. They chase approval, they give endlessly, they stay where their soul is tired, and they wonder why they feel drained and unseen. But everything changes the moment you learn to respect yourself. Self-respect is not ego, not arrogance, not distance. It is a calm, powerful inner compass, a quiet sense of dignity that whispers, not everyone deserves a place in my heart. Most people misunderstand self-respect. They think it means being cold or hard or emotionless. But real self-respect is warm, steady, grounded. It is a promise you make to yourself to never betray your own soul again. You don't see it instantly, but you feel it in your choices, in your voice, in the way you carry yourself. And others feel it too. People trust those who trust themselves. They respect those who respect themselves. They gravitate toward those with inner clarity. Self-respect is not expressed through words. It is expressed through behavior. In the moments when you could have stayed silent, but you chose honesty. In the moments when you could have begged, but you chose dignity. In the moments when you could have stayed, but you walked away for your own peace. Some people discover their strength for the first time when they say no. And nothing terrible happens. The world does not end. People do not disappear. Only one thing happens. You return to yourself. The path to self-respect is not easy. It begins with uncomfortable questions, and even more uncomfortable answers. What are you tolerating that is hurting you? Where are you giving too much? Who have you allowed to dim your light? Which fears keep you silent when you want to speak? Which patterns keep you small when you want to grow? Psychology teaches that people with low self-respect say yes to everything because they fear that saying no will make them unlovable. But people with strong self-respect know this truth. You are worthy, even when someone disagrees, even when someone leaves, even when someone misunderstands you. You don't need to beg. You don't need to chase. You don't need to prove anything. Your energy speaks for you, and this energy cannot be bought or copied. It comes from inner clarity. A clarity that changes everything. It changes your relationships. It changes your decisions. It changes the way you speak, the way you walk, the way you choose who enters your life. Self-respect stops you from begging in places where you deserve value. It stops you from waiting where you should move on. It stops you from fighting where you should let go. It attracts the right people and removes the wrong ones. It builds healthy boundaries without building walls. It brings peace to your mind and strength to your heart. But here is the most beautiful truth. Self-respect is not something you are born with. It grows. It forms through every disappointment, every wound, every lesson, every step you take toward becoming whole again. And often, it starts in a moment of exhaustion. A moment when you finally admit to yourself, I can't live like this anymore. You realize you have been giving what you never received, loving people who never met you halfway, stretching yourself for those who barely moved for you. Then something shifts inside you, a quiet awakening, a moment of truth. And suddenly, your energy changes. You walk slower. You speak calmer. You choose carefully. You no longer accept chaos disguised as love. You no longer tolerate disrespect wrapped in excuses. You no longer carry people who refuse to walk. Self-respect doesn't change the world around you. It changes your position in it. And because of that, everything around you changes. People will notice. Some will admire you. Some will be confused. Some will say, "You've changed." But you haven't changed. You've simply returned home. To yourself. To your worth. To your dignity. Self-respect is not about becoming stronger. It is about remembering who you were before the world taught you to forget. Psychology describes 3 major stages in rebuilding self-respect. Stage 1: awareness. You recognize the patterns that drained you. You see what you accepted only because you feared being alone. The truth hurts, but it frees you. Stage 2: boundaries. You learn to say no, not with anger, but with love for yourself. You protect your energy. You guard your peace. You choose intentionally. Stage 3: identity. You grow into a new version of yourself, one that is confident, clear, and emotionally steady. You realize you cannot lose anyone who is truly meant to stay. People with self-respect don't love less. They love wiser. They love deeper. They love with a full heart, but not at the cost of their soul. And then something beautiful happens. They start enjoying their own company. They sit alone and feel peaceful. They choose solitude and feel strong. They stop chasing people, and people start respecting them. Self-respect is the foundation of every healthy relationship. With others, with the world, with yourself. It makes you strong. Without making you hard. It makes you soft. Without making you weak. It makes you loving. Without losing yourself. It gives you one of the greatest gifts a human being can ever have. The quiet confidence that you are enough. Not because someone approved you. Not because someone chose you. Not because someone stayed. You are enough because you finally chose yourself. And when you know your worth, your life changes direction. Your choices change shape. Your heart stands taller. Your voice becomes steady. You stop asking, "Am I good enough?" And you begin saying, "I know who I am. I know what I deserve. I know where I'm going." And the world whispers back, "Welcome home."